Let's start with what Travel and Leisure actually found, and then let's read between the lines. Sarasota came in at number 6 on the top 10 places to retire in the South. The experts they consulted called it moderately priced for a coastal Florida city with an average home right at a value of around $407,000 as of late 2025. They highlighted the white sanded beaches, world-class golf, boating, fishing, arts, venues, botanical gardens, and what they called a dynamic social scene. The Villages, the largest adult community in the United States, spanning 3 counties, also made the list. Home values were ranging from $200,000 all the way up to over $1 million, just an average under $400,000. And here's what that stat should stop you cold. The Villages, the largest adult community in the United States, spanning 3 different counties, also made the list. Home values there range from just around $200,000 all the way up to over $1 million, with an average just under $400,000. And here's a stat that should stop you cold. The Villages was named the fastest growing metro areas in the entire United States census data, the fastest growing metro in the country in a 55 plus community. Lake Nona, a master plan medical city near Orlando, came in at number 7. Travel and Leisure said Lake Nona has everything. And when you look at what's been built here, a hospital system, a tech and wellness ecosystem, a diverse workforce, you would understand why retirees and investors alike are paying close attention. Now, here's the question I want you to sit with. Why are people moving to these cities? And what does that movement mean for real estate, especially values over the next 10, 20, or 30 years? Migration arrow maps of retirees are flowing into Florida. Florida has dominated retirement migration for decades, but recently something has shifted, and it's creating an urgency for anyone serious about building wealth through real estate. All 3 have low or no state income tax, but Florida's tax structure is in a class by itself when it comes to wealth building and preservation. Let me walk you through exactly what I mean. Now, here's some of the tax advantages. Number 1, no state income tax. You hear me talk about this all the time. 0. That means every dollar of Social Security, every pension payment, every dividend, every rental income check, you keep that money. The state of Florida takes nothing. Number 2, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. When you pass real estate assets to your children, grandchildren, whomever in Florida, that state does not take a tax. This is one of the most powerful wealth transfer advantages available anywhere in the country. You hear me talk about this all the time. Number 3, the homestead exemption. Long-term Florida residents can significantly reduce their property tax burden through the homestead exemption. And the Save Our Homes cap, which limits annual assessment increases to 3% or the rate of inflation, whichever is lower. Number 4, population growth. Florida is growing, and when population grows in markets with limited buildable land, like coastal environments such as Sarasota and the Barrier Islands, or mature master plan communities like the Villages, supply stays constrained while demand accelerates. That's the basic equation for long-term appreciation. Now, here's something I tell every client who comes to me thinking about Florida real estate. The tax advantages are the foundation, but the strategy is what turns a good investment into generational wealth. And that strategy has 3 parts. At my firm, we work with clients through what I call the Build, Protect, Transfer framework. And I want to walk you through each pillar today using Florida retirement markets as the real world example. So here's the first pillar, build. And what this means is you are looking to acquire real estate in markets where demand is structurally growing, not trending. Here's the test I apply. Is the demand for this market being driven by lifestyle, demographics, and the economic fundamentals? If the answer is yes to all 3, that's a build market. Sarasota passes all 3 tests: the lifestyle, beaches, arts, culture. It's world-class and it's not replaceable. The demographics, 78 million baby boomers, 10,000 Americans turning 65 every single day for the next decade creates relentless demand. And the economic fundamentals are constrained with coastal supply. No new land being created on the Gulf Coast. That ensures that demand has nowhere to go but up in terms of price. The Villages passes too. It's not just a place to live, it's a self-contained economy. When you move to the Villages, you buy into a lifestyle ecosystem. Golf, entertainment, dining, healthcare, social clubs, and more. The ecosystem creates a real estate market that is insulated from broader economic cycles. In the transfer phase, we work with clients to protect their properties. Title properties correctly the moment of acquisition, use revocable living trusts to avoid probate and ensure seamless transition. Consider family limited partnerships for larger portfolios and plan the sequence and timing of transfers to minimize tax exposure across generations. So, who is this for? And who are the clients I'm talking to when I walk them through this framework? The first group of people would be approaching retirement, typically the age of 55 to 70, who are thinking about their next primary residence and want it to be not just a home, but a wealth asset. It could be their children or grandchildren we're working with. They want to be in a market that their parents or grandparents will have appreciation. And they want it in a state that won't take their income and in a structure that will make it easy to pass to whomever they decide to pass it to, children, grandchildren, friends, family. The second group is active investors, people who already have a real estate portfolio and are looking to diversify into or expand within Florida's retirement corridors. They understand the demographic tailwind, they see the largest transfer of wealth happening, and they want to be positioned ahead of the next decade of in-migration. The third group are families that have multi-generational households or friends that are living with them and are thinking about how to use real estate as their anchor for that family or friend's financial legacy. They want to build something that outlasts them. And if you're in any of those groups, here's my invitation to you. Subscribe to this channel. I publish content every week specifically designed to help you and your sophisticated clients think strategically about real estate and wealth. Download our Florida Real Estate Wealth Guide and the link in the description, which goes deeper on building wealth and protecting and preserving all of the assets you look to purchase today or tomorrow.